To the Ends of the Earth, a Bigfoot Monster Mystery, is a 1996 documentary that works as an introduction to people who don't know that much about the creature, but yet it also entertains us hardcore fans too. The first thing I noticed is that they give a definition of Sasquatch. I'm 100% sure that they made this up. Then we're introduced to Henry Franzoni, a Bigfoot researcher. He's also hardcore. You've heard of people doing tree knocks, but this guy straight up plays drums in the forest. Metal. The movie talks a lot about the Patterson-Gimlin footage, but they also show a recording I've never seen before. This is from Goat Mountain, Oregon, and it's probably a hoax, but who knows? If it is real, that's some really good evidence. Now we get introduced to most of the cast. There's Henry, the drummer in the woods we met before. John Water, a cameraman, who seems to be the one in charge most of the time. Then there's Larry Lund, who is the leading researcher of the group. He has a bunch of casts, and interestingly, he has Shaq's shoe. It's a size 20 Triple H. When compared to Bigfoot, you can see they're just about the same size. Shaq is 7'1", so right in the range of a Sasquatch. Another guy who doesn't really help him in the field, but they interview him anyway, is Dr. Henner Fehrenbach. He has a lot of scientific knowledge about Sasquatch, from his hair all the way to his stool.
A folded pile of sorts, it's about a foot high, 36 inches long if you had unfolded it, and 4 inches in diameter. And a width, in fact, Larry Lund mentioned that that's perhaps the reason why you hear loud screams in the forest occasionally.
They talk to different eyewitnesses, and they all give about the same story, just like any other good Bigfoot documentary. But one guy tells them about Howard. He's a guy who lives up on a secluded mountain all by himself. He claims to see the creatures all the time, and they respect each other. Honestly, the more this guy talks, the less I believe him. But he is entertaining, that's for sure. Another interesting point they make is all the different names for Sasquatch in the Native American tongue. There are over 100. On top of that, there are 2,300 locations that have been named after these creatures, and most fall in a triangle formed by Mount St. Helens, Mount Adams, and Mount Rainier. So I guess if you want to hunt for Bigfoot, that's a good place to start. Eventually, John goes into the woods to try to see if he can catch something on film. But honestly, he's pretty skeptical. After trying for a few days, he gives up and decides to just see how easy it would be to make a fake instead. They call the leading special effects team to help them create a suit and see if maybe they can make something look convincing. To me, it looks pretty good, but the team doesn't think so. They say it still looks like a guy in a suit. I guess that's why they're the pros.
Our man in an ape suit looked always like a man in an ape suit.
After several attempts, they still aren't satisfied, and they call it a night. In the end, they say it's gonna take a corpse to convince the scientific community. And that's about it for this documentary. Did they find solid proof of the creature? No, they didn't even find a footprint. But I don't think that's what it was about. To the Ends of the Earth, a Bigfoot monster mystery set out to teach us the basics, look at existing evidence, and to entertain. And I would say it does all three. You can tell that all the researchers are passionate, yet realistic. None of them have ever actually seen the creature in the wild before, and they don't need to. The evidence is enough for them. And if that's not enough for you, they don't really care. This is a good doc to watch on one of those lazy, rainy Saturday afternoons. I give To the Ends of the Earth, a Bigfoot Monster Mystery, 3 sausages out of 4.
So what I'm doing is, I'm trying to make Bigfoot curious. I believe that Bigfoot finds you. You don't find Bigfoot.